Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma and this here is my Craftcorner where I talk about knitting and sometimes other yarn related stuff. But today I really wanted to talk to you about my handmade wardrobe of 2022. So everything that I knit in 2022. I've only knitted items. I'm looking into crocheting and sewing next year, but this year I've only knit. This is my first year of knitting. Really, I started in November of 2021 with some Christmas stockings for me and my boyfriend, but 2022 has been the first year of me actually really knitting garments for myself, and this is what I have to show for it. So let me open my wardrobe here, and as you can see, it's not that much. I have knit about, I have my notes here. I have knit 19 items over the past year, of which 12 were gifts. I talked in one of my previous videos about that I really want to knit less gifts, really, because right now more than half of my knits are gifts, because I only knit 7 things for myself. And I would like to talk to you about what I knit for myself and quickly go through all the gifts that I knit, but I made other videos about that I will link either up here or down below somewhere. But for now, let's focus on what I made for myself. This will not be in any chronological order really, because quite honestly I do not have the chronological order because my notes aren't really existing, to be honest. I don't keep track of what I knit and when I knit it, but for now there's not really any notes existing, so we'll just go through the items now and talk about when I generally knit them. So first, this actually is the first thing that I finished, but this is a sweater that I made. I will try it on. It does not have a front or back side, which kind of proves that it was my first garment ever. This is how it fits, and I also did not use a pattern for this. Well, I loosely based it off of the bee stripes pattern by Drops, but my gauge was off. I think it's for a 3.5mm needle, and I used a 7mm needle with yarn held double. This yarn is the online Lini 59 Fano Fino. I don't know what part of that is the brand name and what part of that is the yarn name, but this is how it looks. I did do the button band with 3.5mm needles, I think, but then the rest is done in 7 somehow, and I single stranded this part. And it is really cute, but it's also really short, and I'm not a huge fan of the boat neck. I did not intend it to be this wide. I kind of planned it to be more of a crew neck, but oh well. This is my first sweater, and I just thought by myself, oh, I could just make a sweater, and I definitely could, but not as great as I would want to knit a sweater. It's very white and boxy, and I do like the balloon sleeves that I made, and I also really like the color variation on here, but it's just not something that I really gravitate towards because it's very light sweater. It's not keeping me too warm for winter, but it's also a bit too warm for summer or autumn. I don't know, it's just a really weird sweater, and it's a bit itchy. It's a bit more on the itchy side. I don't think I have any labels, so I don't know what this is made out of, but I imagine it to be a pretty big percent of wool, and I'm not too sensitive to wool, but this just a tiny bit scratchy and itchy. But I do think the color is nice, but just the fit and how I use the yarn could be better. But this was my first real garment that I finished, and yeah, I really do like it. I think I spent about 3 months on this. 3 or 4 months from maybe January to April or something. But yeah, I'm kind of proud of it still. I will not frog this ever, I think. Just because this is my first sweater and it's something I designed, or I came up with how I wanted it to look by myself. I used the B-stripes pattern to figure out how to do raglan increases. And rookie mistake, I did follow their raglan instructions. So I did end up with a bigger yoke that I should have ended up with for my size, because I was doing it on 7mm instead of 3, but oh well, we managed. And I have a sweater now. So then the next thing that I knit, I'll first take this off. So another thing that I knit, not really the next thing, but another thing is, let me grab this rainbow top. This is, I think, the first thing that I started, but I only finished it in October, I think. I still have to weave in all the ends, but I honestly don't know if I'll ever really wear this, because it is made of 100% acrylic yarn, and it's again a self-drafted pattern. So that's something that I just thought I could do when starting out, but this is how it fits me. And yeah, it's really tiny. You can still see the crop top that I put on for this video. It's quite tiny, but I really like all the colors, the rainbows, and I do think that's really pretty. It fits quite tight, but I really like that, and I think I did great measuring myself and thinking of how many stitches I should use, because this fits quite neatly here. I used a 5mm needle for the ribbing, and then a 4.5 or 4. I think I knitted both for the body, and I think I did 4 for the straps, but don't quote me on that. I don't know. So yeah, this, I accidentally did the ribbing in a higher needle size than I did the body, which again, rookie mistake, but I started this in January, and I think I got up to the red part in February, March maybe, but then I realized that I made some mistakes with the ribbing, and I did not really know how to do this construction, so I put it on hold for about half a year. And I finished it just recently because I really wanted it to be done. But I don't really know where I would wear this to, but I do still think it's cute. I do still think it's, yeah, worth having in my wardrobe. And again, not something that I will frog, because it is one of my first designs. And yeah, this is made in Scheepjes Color Crafter in rainbow color yarn. I do really like it, but I just noticed that I keep tugging it down. So I should have made it a bit bigger. I think I went for 5 centimeters per color, but then this is absolutely a lot shorter than here, and I just did not really keep track of anything here. But I do like that I made these decreased details, and then it does have a distinct front and back, because this is the triangles, and then on the back you don't really have the triangles that much. But yeah, this is the first thing I started, and one of my recent finishes, but I do still kind of love it. Now that I'm wearing it, I really like it again, but I do not know where I would wear this to, because my belly button is about here, so it's super short, and I basically don't know what to do with it, but I like the vibe, and I still need to weave in all the ends. But I think I didn't do that because I was like, it's finished and I'm not wearing it anytime soon, because I finished it in October. And if I'm wearing this, it will be like deep into summer when it's 30 degrees outside, and then this is acrylic, so this will not be too great for sweating, but oh well, we'll figure it out. I also made this cardigan, and this is the Edgar cardigan by Colibri by Johanna, and this was my second pattern test I did for her, I think. So this is a lovely cardigan. It's quite heavy because I knit it in drops Nepal, which, yeah, is quite heavy yarn, but that is okay. And it fits like this. I do think that I definitely cropped some things again. The sleeves are not too short, but I definitely think they could be longer. And then the body, I think the body's alright. This curls inside a bit. And I knit this in July and August, I think. And then I bought the buttons finally in November. So this is a quite recent finish, but I finished the knitting in August. And I knit this, as I said, in drops Nepal combined with drops Kid Silk. And I used the light blue color of drops Nepal and the white Kid Silk. So you can see the color variation a bit. You can see the white pieces of mohair in between. I knit this on a 7mm needle. And I think it's really cute. I really like the v-neck detail and the twisted ribbing underneath the armhole and then on the sleeves as well. I really do like that, but yeah, it's a bit itchy because of the Kid Silk. And I haven't got a lot of wear out of this, but I will for sure in the spring. And I do put this on when I'm at home, and I'm wearing a t-shirt, but I really want to just wear a cardigan over it. So that's when I gravitate towards this. But the button band kind of rolls in on itself, and I don't really enjoy that. It's just a bit heavy and very warm. It's a super warm cardigan because of the mohair, I think, and because of the drops Nepal, because it's 65% wool and 35% alpaca, I think. It's just all very sweaty, and I still have ants to weave in, but they are on the inside, so nobody will see them when I'm wearing it. Yeah, I do really think this is a cute one, but I yet have to wear it quite a bit. The other pattern test that I did for Johanna was the George's top, and that's this one with the very cute bows. I don't think this has a front and a back, so I'll just put it on. Again, this is a very cropped version. I do like this color. I think it's something rose. I'll put it down in the description box, as well as where I'll put my Ravelry link with all these patterns. But yeah, this is quite cropped, but I do love how these bows look. It's so cute. It's really kind of a going out for dinner top, but then I cropped it too much for that, so I have yet to really find a way to wear it. Honestly, I think the color is nice on me. It's a bit close to my skin color, but still quite nice. It shows up a bit more pink in person than it does on camera. But yeah, I think it's really nice, just very cropped. So I'm thinking of cutting the bottom up and then just knitting for a bit. And this is made in the Knitting for Olive silk. What's the silk called? The Knitting for Olive pure silk. So I think I'll get one more skein and then just knit down a bit, because I really like it. I just don't really have a purpose for it in my life right now, because it's kind of a going out for dinner top, but it's too short for a going out for dinner top. And this is knit with 2 strands held together to make a 5mm gauge. Yeah, I think it's really cute. I really love the bows. And I made this in June, I think, so I was still pretty new of a knitter. So there are definitely mistakes there. But we're doing alright. And it's knit bottom up. So I was scared of running out of yarn. And I did play yarn chicken in the end a bit, so I'm happy that I did it. But I did have to crop it to make it work. But I think I would love it if I could tuck it into my pants, or just have it to be a bit longer, because right now it's kind of in between a going out top and a going out to dinner top, and it's not really casual with the bows. And I don't know, I think that's a modification I'll have to make in the next year, and then I think I'll get a lot of use out of it. I wore this for my birthday, to go out for a birthday dinner, and I did feel very fancy in that, but I did also feel like this was a bit too much exposed for my liking. Yeah, that's the 4th item, I think, already. We're speeding through this, I think. Yeah, that's the 4th item, the Georgette top by Code Beauty by Johanna. And then I have 2 more tops to go. This is by far my most worn item of this year. This is the Spiced Breeze top by Drops, knit in Drops Paris yarn, they're cotton. And I knit this in May, so I was even more of a beginner then. But I decided to follow a pattern for once in my life, and it turned out incredible. This is how it fits me. It's a bit loose. I think I could have gone down 1 size. And it's also knit bottom up, so I did crop it a bit. But for this, I think it works, because it's such a chill top, just casual wear, that it doesn't matter if it's cropped a bit. And it's not as cropped as the previous tops that I showed you. But this just has a nice ribbing down here, up here. And the straps are also ribbed, and that's really what gave me the inspiration for my own design, because these straps are knit in the same way with ribbing and then garter stitch around the edges. So this is by far my most worn outfit of the year. This is really what I lived in this summer. So I just really love this, and I might even make another one. And I know people are kind of iffy about drops patterns because they're sometimes not too great of a fit, but this honestly is perfect for me. This was the first summer top that I finished, that I really made, and I was really proud of this. And there is a lot of shady weaving in the ends that's gone on. There are so many ends still here, and just kind of woven in, but not really, and just a dotted knots that were tied. But I think that's kind of the charm of it. It's on the inside, so nobody will ever see it. And yeah, I do think this is very cute and very much of a staple in my wardrobe, and I will probably wear this for years to come. I love this pattern, and I love this yarn as well. Drops Paris, I think, is great. Then the last summer top that I made is also a drops pattern. And this is the, let me get it right, About Spring top, knit in Drops Bell, with also shady woven in ends, but that's alright. I knit this in June, July, I think. And this is just a very easy to wear top. It's very casual. It has a split hem, and I felt kind of proud of, because I modified this pattern. It was supposed to be a front panel and a back panel, and then you sew them together in the end because of the split thing here. But I really did not want to sew up anything, and I really did not want to do full on purl rows. So I kind of mended it together after doing the split hem. And yeah, this is the end result, and this is my second most worn knitted item after this one. So Drops is really going for the prize here, because I really like this, and I really like this yarn as well. This is Drops Bell, so that's mostly cotton as well. I think it's a bit of viscose and I think something else, but not too sure about that. But this fits me quite great. I did kind of cheat the straps here, but I did not know how to figure out how to do the straps that they described, so I didn't. Yeah, this is also one of my favorite knits, but it's a summer knit, so I can't wait to wear this again when summer comes. Yeah, those were all my worn garments. I also made socks. Let me not forget those, because I made these two very cute socks. They're a bit dirty right now, but these are the Kinda Magic socks, and it's a sock kit by Regia Yarns and Wool and the Gang. And I really love knitting these because you really just need to get the gauge right, and then you make all these lovely clouds. And yeah, I just really liked working on these, but they are a bit too big. The toe instructions were a bit weird, so toes are a bit long, but we're alright, we're good. I wear these a lot around the house, especially over other socks or in slippers or something. These are really good and keep my feet really warm. Those are all the things that I made for myself. Then I have the 12 gifts that I knit, and I will talk about them very briefly and then just put up a picture somewhere because I made pictures of all of them. But yeah, there are 12 gifts that I made this year, and one of my New Year's resolutions that I shared in one of my videos previously is that I want to knit less gifts, and I would really like it to be, well, not 50-50, because I want to make more gifts for myself than I make for other people. So 12 absolutely is too much. First of all, I knit the 2 vanilla socks for my parents. I knit those in the Katja Danubio yarn. I saw it's been discontinued, so that sucks. But I made them matching socks, so they're a cute matchy couple now. Then I knit my boyfriend some Bernie Sanders mittens for his birthday in Scheepjes Colorcrafter yarn. I made my sister some ruffle socks by Petite Knit in the Drops Fable yarn. And then we get into Christmas knitting, and I made a video about that I'll link up here. That has all the gifts in detail that I knit for my family for Christmas. But I knit the Trille top for my sister in Durable 4. I knit a hat for my dad in Drops Nipple. I knit 2 cowls for my mom and my grandma. They both got 1 cowl in Scheepjes Loma Hidde. I knit a hat for my dad, a hat for my grandpa, sorry. Also in Scheepjes Loma Hidde. I knit a scarf for my boyfriend in Scheepjes Chunky Monkey yarn. And I knit one marked ganger bag for my mother-in-law. That was also with the durable double 4 yarn, same as I made the trillet top for my sister. And then I recently finished another gift, and I still have that because I'm gifting it tomorrow to my dad. Tomorrow is his birthday on January 1st, and he's getting the red version of the hat that he got for Christmas. So this is what it looks like. And yeah, this was such an easy make. It took me less than a day to knit this. This is a free-handed pattern that you can find on my Ravelry. That is linked down below. Those are all the gifts that I made and all the items that I made. It was all 19 things that I made in my first year of knitting. And I learned a lot in this year. I learned a lot about fibers that I like using, patterns that I like, construction ways that I like. Because I definitely now know that top down is my preferred construction way. And preferably as less sewing as possible, because I really hate sewing things together. So those were really some revelations that I had. And then also, of course, the gift giving thing, gift knitting thing. I really want to stop knitting things for people, or at least knit less things for people. And then one big thing for next year obviously is destashing, because we all need to destash, and I only knit 7 things, but I acquired somehow about 150 skeins of yarn, so that's a lot, and that's a lot of knitting that I have to do for next year. So obviously stay tuned for that, stay tuned to see what I knit next year, and subscribe so you can stay updated on my knitting journey. And yeah, I will see you guys real soon. Bye!